Cut it out. That wasn't me. That was Zoom. All right, let me put the agenda back up. You know, I'm honestly thinking that after Ed's presentation, as he was doing that and going through it, I know it's a lot of stuff, and I hope everybody kind of got an understanding, because I truly believe that G is nibbling around the edges so that they can go after the whole package in the end, with the contract and with the union, and totally de-risk the program, the pension plan, totally de-risk it. So I was thinking that that would have been good, that presentation, because I know the retiree refs across the country have the same kind of concerns, and have asked every time we go to the fall meeting the same question: are you going to de-risk or not? Are you going to de-risk or not? And this guy would give them, at least there's an avenue for us to pursue, maybe legally if we needed to, as a group, you know, that retiree group, national group. So I think it would be good for them to hear from you. But you know, the kind of reception I get when I try to tell these guys like Kevin and Bill that this is a good thing we should do, you know, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, John.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? All right, I'm not gonna go back up other than Connie. I ask for a motion to accept the minutes as already given to you and sent to you an email. And we'll dispense with the minutes. So would somebody make a motion to accept the minutes, please?
I move we accept the minutes from the last meeting.
All right, yeah, from 121. Seconded. All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, Connie, you want to say something about the financial report?
Nope.
No? I changed it all back, Connie, to your spreadsheet, to the differences. So,
Well, what you see is what's there. I have one more check coming in, or I have it up here anyways, to deposit whenever I go to town.
yeah,
And that's why it's not looking like it's matching right now. Actually, you have that 9/5/11, but that's not for this month.
no,
So
that
that-
was the end of January on
Yeah.
your spreadsheet. Yeah,
Yeah, so I think we're like $25 off, but I still have this check here, so.
yeah, Connie's got to do a little so we can get the match here. Normally we go to the RCB bank, we look at the last date for the previous month. And usually her spreadsheet for the end of the month that we're reviewing, like January, is our last month because we don't have a full month of February. They usually match, but there's something going on in there, and we've gotten reversals from Stripe and all kinds of other rigmarole there with, you know, that whole Stripe account that I talked about the last time. And
Yeah, they're driving me crazy. That's Stripe.
it drives us crazy.
I know it's a short trip, but
When are
Yeah.
we gonna get the PayPal back?
We did. We put
We have
PayPal
it.
back in service, but we didn't want to close off Stripe because we got some people that are doing recurring. They're doing recurring monthly payments. So,
well, there's like 3. I can ask them to go to PayPal and do it there.
yeah,
could
And
take
the
the
one,
option off.
I'm sorry.
pardon?
You can take the option off to do new ones.
Take the option off. Is that what you said, Betsy?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, that's what Connie's talking about, but we'd have to do a few maneuvers first. With the
Well, we
people.
have to communicate with some of the members to let them know we're going to close Stripe out and for them
Yeah.
to sign up with PayPal for the recurring.
The problem with
And
it,
I don't know why some people are uncomfortable about PayPal.
yeah, there's a lot of people, they do, you know, I get them. I don't know if anybody else on this board gets them, but I get these emails saying this is PayPal and we need to talk to you and we need your information, and it looks real. And you go to this fake site that they set up and it looks real, but it's
Yeah,
not.
I've never
it doesn't
seen
have
that.
If it doesn't have the H or HTTPS instead of HTTP, you could have a problem
I've never seen that,
when
but.
it goes to the header.
Oh,
But if they click on the link from our website,
right.
or when we provide it, and that's what I've been trying to tell them is just click on that. Don't just go, or you can even go to just PayPal. I mean, type it in.
Yeah. But that is a fear of some people, Connie.
Yeah.
They have that fear.
Well, what's that is that going to be any different with Stripe? How's that so secure?
Yeah, I
You
know.
can't get the same thing?
I don't know. They probably said, oh, look at that. They got something different. Let's use that. I don't know.
Well, maybe they
don't
can
know.
just send a, well, it'd be difficult if they just send it directly to the bank.
The direct transfer,
That
I
would
know
suck.
when Matt and I were trying to do that they could do that, but there was something was blocking it. And I'd have to go back and I got to get somebody that's an expert at that, like Matt was, and not just one of the regular customer service people like GoDaddy, because they ain't got a clue.
No, all you have to do is go to your account and hit one of the tabs that says pay bill or whatever. And well, we would have to provide our information, our bank's information on
Yes.
there so that they could, I don't want to do that. And besides that, how's that going to help me to keep our spreadsheet up?
Yeah,
They're
right.
going to have
right.
their names? I don't know.
Yeah, that might be difficult. I don't know.
So
There
let's
is an
scratch
online
that.
version of that though, Connie, there is, but I'll have to look back into that if there's any possibility of that, but so that's Connie's report. Can I have a motion to, if there's any questions, or can I have a motion to accept her financial report, please?
I'll make a motion to accept it as listed.
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, on the little summary there, if you look at, go down to like the third line with Stripe, that was 55 the last time. We went up to 74. I forget what PayPal was. It was only 2 or 3. It's up to 7. And checks was only at 15. We got 23. So we're still getting money in. And you know, it's grown quite a bit. So total, we're up to 11,629. That's Stripe, PayPal, and checks towards our goal of 15,000. So we're doing pretty good. And then gold level and silver and all that, they keep growing. We are getting good contributions. 11 at gold level, 120, 20 at silver level at $60. And then of course, all the rest are bronze, and we do have a couple $12 helper ones. So, but that's pretty good. We're gonna skip over all this old business. Okay, Benistar, here's the update, and I sent it to the email. They had to push back again, finalizing the rates with Anthem. They're still dickering back and forth, or bargaining, or whatever you want to call it. CMS still has to approve anything. And then there's other legalities that we have to fulfill. They send us a contract once we have all that stuff, and then we get that percentage or monthly stipend or whatever they want to call it, monthly piece off every person that signs up in it. Up to $15, but they're thinking it'll be more like $10 per retiree or dependent that signs up. We'd get that money as income. So we're talking about March 1st now for the marketing campaign. And we're talking May 1st for the actual enrollment, you know, rolling the whole thing out, the actual people enrolling on May 1st.
So they're going to have our comparison ready by March 1st?
Yeah, well, again, yes, the reviews, that's what the reviews was. And I keep hounding them. I'm saying, we still want those reviews. And they said, yeah, we will, once we get the Anthem rates and it's resolved there, we will. We will do it, so,
Okay.
all right. That's one of our 3 major initiatives, obviously, Benistar. Membership growth and revenue, we keep talking about it and how we address that. And we expect that once we start that comprehensive marketing plan, that we're going to start to really bring people in, hit that big audience that's out there online, and start to bring membership and revenue in, income in. So We talked about the marketing plan. Now the kickoff again is March 1st. We talked about these numbers right here and what they could mean to us, even if we get 10% or 20% of the people that of these population groups, given at the minimum level, what it could bring in on income towards our budget, you know. So hopefully we're going to do good with that. Maybe we'll do better than that, better than 20. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, last meeting I talked about committee reports and I put up the new committee organizational chart with the committees that are listed across the bottom. Does anybody that is a chair of a committee, which every board member is, have anything they want to report about? Brian, you got anything on yours?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Okay. I've had 2 or 3 people contact me on some various issues. The one that I have active right now, I had to send it on up to Dean. Gave him an email and he responded back that afternoon that he would have somebody call this person from the Pension Benefit Center. So I will follow up today with an email to him to see if he has been contacted. Also, there's been a lot of questions about the RRA and GPATH.
Yeah.
County wrote an email with a couple questions that were really good that I needed answers on. And we got that. But of the general questions that I sent regarding the RRA, and John, I think you got them, and Connie, I believe you did too.
Yeah.
We got the answers back from VIA. They were pretty well scrubbed. I wanted the information for myself because I'm not there yet and I need to know more about it. But I also wanted to post that into our website. So if retirees had a question, we had an updated sheet on it. Well, I got a phone call from Dean saying I can't do that.
Right.
It's professional. I mean, it's personal and proprietary information,
Mhm.
and that all retirees at the age of 65 will receive what they call an SPD outlining everything that they're entitled to, including the RRA, if they are eligible for it or not. So I wish I could post these answers, but
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to at this
I
time.
tell you, my response to this is they're getting into too much censorship lately with us. And I don't know what this is all about, but it's Butch Rudy has called me on a couple different occasions. Dean with this remark, Dean's tried this with me. I said, Dean, if you absolutely insist that something has to be confidential or private or anything like that, when you put it in writing, you better highlight it that you don't want us to share that. But I said, you know what, this is getting, you guys are going a little too far with this. A lot of this stuff is in the SPDs and it is common knowledge. And for them to say this is proprietary and confidential, I don't think so. I don't legally, I would not even think so, but I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just saying, to me, they're trying to control us a little bit here and I don't like what they're doing. You know, I just don't like it. And I think I'm going to have a little seance with them and with Butch Rudy and with Dean. And, you know, if they start giving me pushback and say, well, you can't. And I'll say, I'll go to Kevin Cox next because I'm not going to play this game. We're supposed to be transparent. We're supposed to be open. We're supposed to be cooperative. And then when you give us something, you tell us we can't use it. We can't post it. We can't this and that. I just don't like their response lately. And it's been a number of issues now.
Well, you know, I've posted that letter that I received from 2015, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It might not be in this, whatever the hell they're talking about, but it's mine. So I posted it and anybody in that time frame that retired then can go read it. I don't care.
Yeah,
They can't tell me I can't share my
I know. I just
letters.
don't go, you know, if you even took a clip out of the SPD on benefits, you know, the manual you get, not just
Mhm.
RRA, whatever. Question came up and you'll say under this section of the SPD, blah, blah, this is the answer. And I checked it out with Brian, or I checked it out with Dean or whatever. And this is the response I got. And then they're gonna say, write you an email and say to you, Connie, you gotta take that down. That's what they're doing lately. gotta
You
take
already know
that
what I'm
down.
gonna say, so,
Yeah, again, I'm getting
Yeah.
pissed because it's a little too much lately, a little too much, and they gotta stop. I'm willing to cooperate because we get things from them too, but when they start censoring everything we're doing, that's wrong. That's bad.
You know, I did tell Dean that I was just wanting an updated sheet because the last one we had was from 2015. And he
Yeah,
said,
Mhm.
where you can find that? And I said, it's in our files. I said, there's a lot of information in there that people can click on. And I said, this being from 2015, I'm just wanting to go to clarification to see if there's been any changes. And he said, we will give that to you for your own information, and that's it. It's not to be shared with anybody else. He went on to say that those that are inquiring about the RRA or the GPAF are people who don't receive it and won't receive it, and they're wanting to know more about it. So that's where the shutoff was.
But that's where it's BS right there, because there's a lot of people that haven't received them because they may have moved. A lot of people probably pitched them because, a lot of people throw away a lot of junk mail, so they didn't
Right.
receive it. And they have a right to know, because, and just like my question is, and it's still not clear to me, even after his answer.
Yeah.
If you don't qualify for the RRA, how do you qualify for the GPAP? It's still, to me, his answer was not clear, because it kind of says there, so if you qualify per whatever above, well, what the hell is and or?
yeah,
It's either or. It's either you qualify or you don't. Either you qualify for it all or you don't qualify for any of it. That's the way I interpret it.
yeah, yeah.
So why should John, let's say John, have to get one of the plans through VIA if he's not going to qualify for the GPAP benefit, if you will?
Right, right. And the other restriction, I agree with you, Connie, and that is very confusing between the two, the RRA and the GPAP, and the
Mhm.
eligibility and qualifications and all that jazz. But the other thing is, Brian is our benefits advocate. And as benefits advocate, we're our group being different in a lot of ways than other groups is that we're salaried and hourly. And so we request that Brian gets an SPD for the hourly and gets an SPD for the salaried so that he can deal with those benefit questions and not bother GE, if you will, except if he needs clarification. And they say, no, he can't have them. Baloney. What is that? That's baloney, for God's sake. We're doing their work, in a lot of ways. I'm sure if it was somebody else, they would get it if they requested it, if you
Oh,
understand.
he already has it.
Yeah. So I'm getting a little tired of this restrictions and.
Well,
censorship.
there's other ways around that, and that's just to ask other people who are getting the RRA to give
Give
you a
us the-
copy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give us the copy. Yeah, there is,
not a-
right, like Gary used to do. Remember Gary used to do that, Gary Poland.
Yeah,
He'd say, I'll get it for you. He said,
yeah. So ask Gary if he can get it for us.
Yeah.
That way it's not, you don't have to post it on Facebook, because then Dean will see it. You don't want Dean to see it.
Yeah, so basically, bottom line, Brian, you're not happy with being restricted and it was kind of I forget the word you used, but not totally comprehensive answer to the questions that you needed.
No, they were generic answers. They've been scrubbed, so they didn't go into
Mhm.
detail.
Yeah.
I thought the questions that I asked weren't really that personal. I was just asking for clarification. So for our members, and
Yeah, and then to say there's only about non-RRA people are asking
Wait.
those questions, that's baloney anyway, like Connie said. They might
That's
have
what I was
moved or forgotten.
yep, he said everybody who is entitled to it needs to go back to their SPDs and read it.
Well, they could go back just like Connie was just saying with the GPAP or the RRA and the qualifications and stipulations and guidelines and still not understand it. So what are they supposed to do then? Oh, well, I guess I just don't understand and I can't do anything about it. That's why we have a benefits advocate. That's why we help our retirees.
Well, the only thing that I can do if questions arise now is send an email to, either Dean or Beth, whichever one it would be applicable to.
Yeah,
Most of it is to Via, but Beth and Dean talk to each other quite a bit, which
yeah.
I think is good, really. And decisions are made as to whether or not they'll share that information or not. So if somebody has a question, all I can do is send an email off to one of the others
Yeah.
and see if they respond to it.
Well, but that still does not address as our benefits advocate in an official position that works with the retirees and dependents, you should be able to have access and knowledge of those different benefits yourself. You should be able to have them. And if you don't have them, of course, you go to them and you get some clarification. But if they just give you generic answers and they don't specify and won't give you a manual, well, then what are they saying to us? We only want him going through Dean or through her. If there's a problem, we will. But if there isn't a problem, we don't have to. They're trying to run our group here a little bit. I'm getting a little pissed about it.
I'm trying to gather all the information I can for, both hourly and salary, but they're tying my hands. They won't give me that information because they're afraid that I will post it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what they're afraid of.
And they want to leave it ambiguous so they can do it
Yeah, give whatever it is
differently
they want.
constantly.
You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like Via does. Via is guilty of that, giving wrong answers. Oh no, you don't qualify. And then the person gets a hold of us, and then we go to Dean and say, and then G says, oh, they do qualify. And that's a good example of it.
Well, I do
Wait.
think we should try to find people who have those books and see
Both.
if they'll provide some to us.
Yeah.
Even if they send it to us and we make a copy and then we send it back or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
But-
they could easily say, Connie, well, I lost my book, or my husband must have thrown it away, or whatever.
And it's true, and that's why they don't know the
Yeah.
answers to the questions they've got.
And we'll say, just request another one and just send it to us, will you please?
Hell, I don't even know if I have one for me. That's why.
God, I don't
I
have one from years ago. Of course, I'm not dealing with
Stop.
GE on nothing.
Yeah, if somebody was willing just to take theirs and put it on file on the website, then there's nothing that Dean or Beth could say about it.
No. And I'm just getting a little pissed off with this whole thing, and I'm gonna have to.
Well, I got one from Dean, remember? But I don't even think it was, that's what I sent you, John.
They're getting too restricted, Connie. They're getting into censorship, in my opinion. They're trying to run our group or tell us what we can or cannot do in our group. It's a little ridiculous. The latest one with Butch Rudy was he didn't like a line in our mission statement for our group that he copied off our official website. And he sent it to me and he says, can we have a talk about this? And there was something about one HR. I'm saying to myself, what is going on here? Who's prodding this stuff? Who's creating this situation here? That's been on there for our old website and our new website. Mission. Now all of a sudden they got a problem with it. I'm about ready to tell them, go poop in your head. I'll be polite.
I had to walk away for a second. What was the first part of this that he asked you to?
It was something on our mission statement, Connie.
Oh, okay,
It's on our homepage, and
okay.
and there was a line in there, and it had something to do with one HR. I'd like to have a talk with you about that, your mission statement. I'm saying to myself, you're not going to tell us what to do on our site, and you're not going to tell us what to do as a group. I mean, yeah, we want to cooperate because we need favors too, and they have been pretty good with the favors, but now they're going to start telling us what we can or cannot do. Brian's duty is or responsibility, or no. I got to nip that in the bud.
Okay.
I got to put an end to that. All right, so that it, Brian, on your stuff?
That's it, right? That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, Betsy, you got anything, communication, newsletters, anything you want to report about, anything?
About the minutes, I'm gonna try to post a thing about getting members.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I wrote the minutes and I'm going to try to post something about getting members to join on Facebook.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bob, you got anything?
Nope.
Okay. Rodney, you got anything?
No, just from what I've heard from Ed today, that's kind of going to open up some possibilities for me to do some research.
Yeah.
On,
Good, good.
on his
Please
law
do.
firm and on what he's
Mhm.
working on and
Yeah.
Retirees for Justice.
Yeah, good. Yeah, please do. That's excellent. And let me know what you find out.
Okay.
Are you
Uh,
going to be posting that last meeting with Ed on our website,
His presentation?
right?
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
on Facebook, though.
Yeah, no, I won't put it on Facebook.
No, don't put it on Facebook.
As you people well know, that G's watching us like a hawk. And that's the other thing. I almost think, listen, I don't want to sound like somebody that's paranoid here, but there's so much going on here that I almost feel like G's afraid of what we're trying to do. In other words, the group health insurance plan. I see hesitation. I feel hesitation. I don't know if I'm on I even confronted Glenn about it. I says, G in the background doing something. You seem to keep postponing on us. What's going on here? And even though we spread out our, interviews with them and did it for over a year, a lot of that was me moving. But so it took a long time and they're taking their time getting things done. But I just can't see this 2 months and they still don't have the rates and they don't have things ready. I understood during open enrollment, but I don't understand now. So I'm wondering, in my mind, I'm wondering what's going on? Who's resisting this? I know I've talked to Kevin Cox personally, the vice president at GE, and told him up front what we were doing, and I told Butch Rudy that, I told Dean that. I said, look it, I've already talked to Kevin about this. Why are you asking about this? They say, what are you doing here? What are you doing? People are calling, wanting to know what you people are doing. What's this Benestar? What are they all about? And I said, well, I've been up front with you people right from the beginning. You know it's coming. Are they threatened by that? Is my bottom line. Are they threatened that we're going to offer a group plan that may take something away from VIA? I don't know. Is that causing this kind of resistance with communications and with sharing materials or what we can disclose or not disclose? Are they trying to clip us a little? I just don't know what's going on. There's something going on. I just feel it. I ain't got, other than their questioning that is the only factual information I have to share with you. But I just feel like we're getting sabotaged from behind and there's something else going on here. I'm telling you.
Well,
Yeah.
let's just be cautious what we post everywhere.
Yeah.
And then just like that presentation from Ed, I think it needs to be probably just in under the officers page for right now, not for everybody to see it, especially if Dean's able to get into our website.
Yeah,
That'd
exactly.
be kind of dumb for him to be able to see it there.
Well, and that's one of the
I'm
reasons.
sure they
I
can
wanted-
get in there anyway. That's just a given. They can sneak into anything they want. They
Yeah.
got guys that can do that.
Or they have other people doing it for them under
Yeah. And there's,
pseudonyms,
yeah,
Yeah.
Names.
people in our retiree group.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but there's just that
Snakes.
typical bunch of suck asses that
Yeah, I
they
agree.
were always running up front and telling everything. And I'm like, well,
Mhm.
I
what
agree.
good is that doing you? It's going to hurt you.
Well,
But they
too
can get
many,
into the officers page though, right?
Yeah.
No one but us.
too many of these comments being made. If you notice the other
Mhm.
big GE retiree site putting a big banner up on top and saying that we're the largest group and we don't charge and we give you information for free. But I looked at their files. I went to their files folder and there's only like 5 in there. So what happened to all all these files that they had about different benefit things. Did they take them down because GE told them to? I don't understand what's going on here. You know?
I'm
I don't
right.
know, but I've never seen any member comment or ask if, how come they're charging? I've never, anything that it refers to being charged, it's coming from a post. One of the administrators, they're putting that information out there, but I've never seen a member ask, how come we have to pay for these things that you guys tell us?
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
never
it
see
either.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't either, but they do have that big heading right up there, the disclaimer that says we'll never charge you a fee for anything and we don't sell insurance.
Connie posted that, and, oh yeah, they have that on their site, yeah. But
Yeah.
Connie also, and you, Brian, you both posted, and I got a thing ready that I'm gonna be posting pretty soon. We don't charge retirees to help. We charge to cover our expenses because we're a nonprofit. We have expenses to keep a formal organization going. And it's donations. We don't say you have to, or we're gonna, matter of fact, we just opened up the benefit pages, you know? So the site is wide open, other than the officer page, for our members. So really, you know, if they give a donation, they give a donation. We're not saying you have to. It's a requirement. But that's the label we've been given, that we charge for our services.
Yep.
That's the label. And that is repeated now. And it isn't repeated, like you said, Connie, by the people more, unless they're asking these administrators, and then the administrators are saying, well, we don't charge for anything. And then John Tyler putting his little blip on there, which I sent to Connie and Brian the other day. I'm saying, boy, this bullshit's got to stop. These people aren't working with us, they're working against us. You know? I just don't. Are they coming after us? What are they doing? What is this bullshit? You know? And then once they get.
I wouldn't worry
That's
about it,
where I'm
John.
at. Nope.
Huh? I'm sorry.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Nope.
We're doing what we're doing. For some reason, we're still got growth going on.
Yep.
So
We've got growth and support, financial support, so.
Yeah.
right. So
And we'll see what happens once we start this marketing campaign. And if we start pulling people in, and they get into the group healthcare, and we're gonna have a lot more members, a lot more revenue. It'll have to shut them up.
And you
know?
start putting teasers about Ed, I mean, some of the stuff that Ed has talked about. And if they want to know more information, they need to go to our website, register at our website, and maybe one day we can even have a membership meeting with him, with Ed, to kind of go over what he just said, maybe a
Yes,
little bit
yes.
condensed.
And I, again, I'll get pushed back and flack, but that would have been very good for the retiree reps across the country to hear that. Because they've all brought it up at the national meeting, but they, you know, they need an expert like him that knows what the hell he's talking about. Even some of the things
Well-
he said today were new to me.
You know, just a thought, sometime you might want to send out an invitation to
Yeah.
all these reps and show them that video on Zoom.
I think that's a good idea.
Show them what, Connie, that last part?
That presentation that he just gave us.
Yeah, and the thing about Althene, you mean? Being
Yeah,
on it?
well, the whole presentation, just,
Yeah, yeah. the whole
invite-
thing. Right.
yeah, invite all of these reps that you're talking about and show it to them on Zoom.
Yeah. What was the thing I sent that time to Bill Frieden, and he said, that's a bunch of bullshit. What was that, Connie? I
I
forget.
don't remember. He says a lot of stuff that's bullshit. Well, he says it's bullshit, but whatever.
He thinks he's an expert on everything, and he's a smart man, but he don't have the answers to everything.
Well, anyways, I just think that might be a good thing to do.
Yeah, I
sometime.
do too. I do too. And
This way, you control it because you'll be the one recording it to
That's
show or
right.
showing it to them. They can't record it. Well, I guess they could by their phone or something. I don't know. That'd be stupid, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Did I hit everybody? As far as committees, Connie, you had another, you make a report every month anyway.
Yep.
So really, other than Stripe and PayPal and what's best and making a final decision, which we'll get to. We'll straighten that out eventually. You know?
Yep.
And that's the main thing. All right, so there's all your meeting dates going forward, folks, if you're interested, putting them on a calendar or anything.
John,
Right.
the Benestar update,
Yeah,
that they will have the rates and all that March 1st.
well, they better, because that's when we were going with the marketing plan. I told them I gotta have it on the Benestar page and I gotta put it out and we're gonna start communicating it March 1st. So you gotta have it
Okay.
by then. That matter of fact, they,
That's something,
I'm sorry, Rodney, go ahead.
that's something Charlie has just, been pounding us on
Oh,
from the
yeah.
very get-go.
Well, and they did promise to give it to Charlie and Connie, those reviews and, you know, and they have a right for that and we will get them. I just feel a hesitation that, and I don't, when I ask Glenn that question, is GE in the background here, are they offering you something, we'll give you a shot at the contract? I said, I don't want to sound like a paranoid nut here, but you seem like you're hesitating a lot. You're not answering my call or emails, or I have to bug the hell out of you, or, put my foot down before you respond. What's going on?
I have a feeling that they think we don't have enough people that would be interested in getting into
Yeah, well,
That could be.
into a group rate.
if Anthem is putting that kind of pressure on them that we want a guarantee of so many people, that might be the answer, Connie. It might. It might. I just can't see, I know, again, when I talked to Kevin Cox, vice president there, I told him what we were doing, and I said, Benestar once before presented to GE back when Jeannie, whatever her name was, Prostak, I think it was the top benefits guru for the insurances, had a meeting with Benestar, and Kevin was unaware of that. I said, yeah, they tried to get your contract, and they gave you better prices than what you had got from VIA. And he says, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about it. I said, well, check on it. And then Jenny was gone after that. So what's that tell you?
Mhm. Well, I will tell you that one of my concerns about going to a group plan
Yeah,
is, and then if, say I don't like it, I want to
Yeah.
go back to my plan in. I may lose the rate that I have right now, which is $91. They
Yeah.
could just go sky high. The other thing is I may have to have
medical underwriting. again.
medical, all that crap done. And so that to me is a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think if it's within
That, though,
the way Glenn had explained at that time, Connie, if it was in so many days, you wouldn't have to go back under medical underwriting. I don't quote me on this verbatim for Glenn, but we certainly can ask that again.
well,
What's that gonna do to your rates? What's that gonna do to my medical underwriting? Those are big valid concerns for people.
well, I'm 99% certain that I would have to do the health
Yeah,
underwriting and stuff like that. I just
Yeah.
do.
yeah. Well, we'll find out.
I think this guy, Ed, though, I think is going, in my opinion, I see more growth with his help.
Who's that?
Ed, the guy that we just
Oh,
had on.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing I floated in front of the board is that if we need somebody
Right.
legally to handle any kind of retiree issues, that would be the guy we should contract with on a per diem or per case, not a flat contract. And I'm sure he'd do it. I'm sure he'd do it for us. He's got the expertise and knowledge in this area. That's for sure.
Hmm.
We didn't even get into the healthcare part of it, folks. And he has ideas and dealt with issues on that side too.
Okay.
All right, so if there's no other business, then can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
I make a motion, we
Make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bob always smiles when we get to this part. He wants us to quit. Get off the damn phone.
I like to be happy all the time.
Yeah, that's good. All right, everybody, thanks a lot. And I'll be in
Okay.
touch with all of you.
Okay, y'all
Yeah.
take care.
Bye-bye.
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 Okay.